Guys, if you thought Barbell could not pull off another product launch this month, guess again. Let me introduce the toughest workout short ever made, the Adapt Short. This is built for people that demand performance. It has an abrasion-resistant fabric that has been tested through heavy barbell lifts, high-intensity rucks, and extreme outdoor environments. With zippered pockets, hidden inner pockets, and a built-in towel holder, these shorts make it easy to keep everything you need organized when you're on the move. With the 7-inch length, these shorts are stylish enough to wear all day, and they're so comfortable, you're not going to want to take them off when your training is done. Backed by a lifetime and size exchange guarantee. These are the last workout shorts you'll ever need. Barbell's gear is seriously durable. Pair the Adapt joggers with the Adapt shorts and your workout wardrobe is set. Go to barbellapparel.com to grab the brand new Adapt shorts or just click on the link below. All right, let me give you a scenario. I rob a bank. I don't get caught. I keep the money. All right, now juxtapose that scenario with a bank gets robbed. I claim I'm the one that did it. As a matter of fact, I'm even going to pay the fine. I'm going to pay $1.5 million for robbing the bank. Now, at some point later, I reveal to you I didn't actually rob the bank. I just wanted to make sure that I could convince people I did. And you're going to sit back and you're going to look at that and you're going to say, okay, Chael, do you want your $1.5 million back? And I'm going to say, no, this isn't about the $1.5 million. They're going to go, okay, I'm going to keep the $1.5 million. Why did you tell me you robbed it? What was the point of that? And generally speaking, when somebody lies, it is to protect themselves. Humans lie, all humans lie for the same reason, which is largely embarrassment. Whatever it is that they get accused of doing, that they don't want to admit that they did, and therefore they say they didn't do it. So if somebody were to lie in a way that made themselves look bad, right off the bat, it's more believable. I mean, I've seen that tried out in the most sophisticated of situations. I have seen people on trial in court where the prosecution will say, you cannot believe a word that comes out of this person's mouth. They're a terrible person. They're a sociopath. They lie nonstop, and then that person takes a stand and goes, man, he's right. Everything that he said, I did it all. And these guys, see, I told you we got him. And they'll all bring the gavel down, get up and go home and say that they got him in the form of a confession. But then you have to sit back and go, well, wait a minute. If the person can never lie, or I apologize, only lies and never tells the truth, and he says that he did it, doesn't that mean that he didn't do it? And the whole thing gets very weird, but nobody ever thinks in those terms. If somebody is to say something negative about themselves, that is the truth in our society. That is the way it works. If you're ever in something as simple as a car accident, and you say it is my fault, regardless of who is at fault, it is now your fault. Regardless if the law says something different and 20 witnesses say something different, if you said those words, it's now your fault. And Ryan Garcia has come out and he has said that he fooled the world, that he pulled a stunt. And I personally had my phone ring. I had people that were telling me, wow, he got me. He got us. What a great job he did. He confessed that it was all an act. And that's a very interesting concept, isn't it? Because to do an act that is going to cost you $1.5 million, I must tell you, I don't fully understand it. If somebody pulled an act and they made $1.5 million, that would be very in line with the way the rest of the world works. And many of people would sell their soul, particularly for a period of time, to prosper and gain. In fact, every movie that you have ever seen had a bad guy that in real life you wouldn't have the foggiest idea if he's a good guy or a bad guy because you don't know him. But he pretended to be a bad guy until the camera stopped and then somebody gave him a check for doing that. But Ryan Garcia is claiming that he pulled an act all the way down to missing weight. In fact, he missed weight because Floyd Mayweather told him to. Floyd even told him the exact number to miss it by, of 3 pounds. He missed it by 3.4. They rounded up. Ended up giving Devin Haney $1.5 million. Now, the argument to lose the money and to do the act was to sell a fight. Boy, that's a risky one, isn't it? What if that didn't work? And we'll never know. We'll never know if Crazy Ryan brought more or less interest than competitive Ryan. We simply won't know. We do know that those same two guys fought 6 prior times. And until I just told you they fought 6 prior times, you did not know that. And the only reason I said it to you is to let you know that those two guys doing that activity has never been of interest to anybody. So if Ryan was to look at it and say, hey, look, something's different, something's got to be different here. Okay. To an extent, you could make me believe that you would do that, but would you make yourself look bad? And if you were to make yourself look bad, I just want you to answer this question. Put yourself in that spot. If you were to make yourself look bad and you were to get money for it, would you do that? Because in this situation, he made himself look bad and he had to give the money. He was fined $1.5 million for missing weight. And there was a mass narrative out there saying, hey, the commission should stop the fight. He certainly heard that narrative. He must have been worried to some extent that the commission would stop the fight. And then you have no money. And then the narrative changed to, unless this is your profession, you should not be ordering this fight. You should not watch somebody who is clearly dealing with a mental breakdown. You should not be encouraging them to fight. You should not be paying and watching for your entertainment and or enjoyment when you know this person is at a massive deficit. It's very, very interesting. But Ryan Garcia is claiming that it was nothing more than an act. And how would we know? How would we know? I mean, I suppose time must pass. What should we call it, guys? Should we call it a year? 2, 3 more fights, 12 months goes by. We see if these same behaviors occur again. And if they don't, we might be left to go, wow, he fooled us. But he was talking to Patrick Bet-David. And Ryan Garcia said the greatest trick the devil ever did. In fact, here, let me quote him correctly. Somebody wise once said the greatest trick that the devil ever did was to convince the world he did not exist. Now, that's the ending to a movie. Kaiser Sorsay said that. I don't know that Kevin Spacey playing Kaiser Sorsay qualifies as a smart person, but I certainly do understand the premise and the point. And largely all that Ryan is talking about is kayfabe. And a great magician will take his trick to the grave. And if you catch him flat out, you see the ace under his sleeve. He may smile and he may wink, but he would never actually admit it, not the greats. And here we have a young man who made himself look bad, cost himself money. And the first chance he had, he gave up his gimmick. I mean, if you can go in front of a crowd of people and you can make the woman disappear, you can drive across the country, set that same tent up, sell those same tickets to another crowd and make that woman disappear again, then you can get in the car and you can drive her up to Jacksonville. You go up to Seattle, come by way of Portland, head up the interstate to Sacramento. But if you tell the world that she didn't actually disappear and you show them how you did it, you can never do the trick again. So it's a very interesting situation. I've never seen one of the greats, and for Garcia to have pulled off what he is claiming he pulled off, he would have to go in the category of greats. He would have to. It was believable. He captivated the world. He duped many people. Many people brought him on as a guest, put him in their headlines, covered his story, and he would have had to fool them all. And to be a great, the true greats, understanding that you take it with you till the end. And he outed himself 4 days later. It's very remarkable. Outed himself for making himself look bad, not adhering to a contract on a fight that could have been canceled for monies of which he did not know would ever come in. And he paid $1.5 million to a guy he had already fought 6 times, and the world didn't care. Didn't care to the extent that you didn't know until you heard me say it just now. And some of you are even arguing with me and telling me that I'm wrong, that they had never fought before. No, it's in fact you were wrong. That was their 7th fight. Very interesting. Who's telling the truth? Will the real Ryan Garcia please stand up?